This video will show you how to use the Groups feature within Gmail. I'm logged into Gmail now, and you can see in the top left-hand corner I'm on the Mail tab. If I use the drop-down arrow, I can select to transition to the Contacts tab. So just remember to go up in the top left-hand corner and switch between those two with that little drop-down arrow prompting you that there's more information there. Now that I'm in the Contacts tab, I can come over here on the left and choose New Group. So in this case, I'm just going to use my fictional characters. I'm going to make a group of hobbits. And then click OK, and I've created my group so it shows up under my contacts over here for hobbits. So I just went to this new group, typed in the name, and I have my hobbits. Now it's completely empty right now. So a couple different scenarios that would be involved when you're adding contacts to the hobbits group. Let's first of all, I'll just show if you're adding somebody from the directory. So this is the directory over here, the long list. You don't actually need to click on it to do this, but I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to type a name in the top, and you do have to come over here. For whatever reason, it doesn't, if you hit enter, it doesn't do anything, which is kind of different than most other Google products. So you actually have to click on the blue search box over here, and then it will search through all the Smith, because I typed in Smith. So I'm just gonna choose one and put a checkbox next to their name, and then I'm gonna go here to the groups, and then I'm gonna hit the checkbox for hobbits and then apply. So then I've just added that person from the directory into the hobbits group over here. So that would be how to add somebody that is in the directory. Now, if you've already if somebody is already in your contact list, you've either added them under My Contacts, or they've joined. Sometimes Google just puts them into Other Contacts or Most Contacted on its own, kind of like how GroupWise added people to Frequent Contacts. So that's possible to have that happen as well. So if Google's already added the contacts into these categories, then what you can do is you can click on the group that you've made, this one hobbits here, and I can come up and click on the add to hobbits, this little plus sign, and it says, if I hover my mouse over it, says add to hobbits. So I click on that, and I'm going to type Merry and Pippin and Frodo and Sam and type their names in, and then click add, and it's going to add all of those people there. So the other thing that you can do is, if you are adding, let's say, like parents that are not already in the anywhere in your contact list, you can add them directly. So I could come up here and I could do pippin@comcast.net. So that contact does not exist anywhere in my contacts. So I can basically add it to my contacts and add it to the group all in one shot. So I'm going to click add, and then this contact named Pippin, first of all, the contact itself, I can click on it. There's actually a contact, and I could come up and add name. Right now it's just an email address. But also by doing that, it also added that contact to my hobbits contact list. So really kind of three ways you can search the directory: by going up to the top list here and typing a name. For example, just use Superman again, search, and then find the domain contact, put a checkbox next to it, and then use this weird looking three-headed groups button up here. Click on that, and then add to check the groups you want to add. So in this case, hobbits, apply. And then the other way is, if you are already selected on the group, you go to the plus sign again, and you start typing somebody that you already know is in your contacts, and then you choose their name out of the list and add. Or if you're adding somebody completely new, just typing in their email address fully out there and adding them. So now let's try it and go back to our Mail tab. So I went up in the top left on contacts, and I dropped down and switched to Mail, and I'm going to compose, and I'm going to type hobbits, and I hit enter. And in this case, this is a issue I've noticed, is that those groups don't always update very quickly. So this was the first person I added to that group. Nobody else showed up. So I'm going to go back to my contacts. I'm going to delete this draft. So we're back in contacts here, and one thing you can do is, if you're having that trouble where it's not finding all of the contacts for the group you just made, is you can check the box at the top of the list. I have my Hobbits group selected, and I just check this box up here, and then it gives me this little button for email, and so then I can click that, and then it did fill out all of the people that are supposed to be in that group, and then I could type in my email and click send. So overall, that group should start working really quickly, but you can use this as a shortcut to get around that, and that should wrap it up as far as the groups go.